Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Explorer video here with me, Arno Schmidt. I've been playing on stream today and I played a bunch of Is it Atraxa Creativity, which is a deck I'm also going to make a video on, and Red-Black Midrange, which, sure, we all know the deck, but hey, the latest iteration, the latest tech, what is my list? That is what I wanted to show to you in this YouTube video. Not everybody's catching my Twitch stream. I'm also not streaming that often, so don't even bother checking it out. I might stream more in the coming days or whenever there's something online up, perhaps, but there's no like schedule or anything. Anyways, more importantly, we are looking at Red Black Midrange, which I think is one of the best choices for this Explorer qualifier weekend. The deck is flying a little bit under the radar with Greasefang and Spirits sort of taking the spotlight. Due to the fact that those decks received new cards in the Shadows Remastered. There's stuff like Angels, Humans is a good deck. So Red-Black doesn't have the target on its head that it had previously. I think everybody's still aware that it's like one of the best decks, but it is not as hated as before, I think. So where am I at with my current list? I mean, lots of stuff in this deck is stock. The Trespasser, the Bonecrusher, the Mirror Breakers. People have been going lower on Trespasser. I think right now it's pretty good. It's very good in the Mirror match. It is good against Greasefang. And just overall, it's an annoying creature. It can sometimes be overpowered by something like Mono Green Devotion there. It's not so good. But overall, it's just a decent, flexible threat. We have the Misery Shadow in here still. This is also a little bit of a hit or miss card. It's pretty bad in the Mirror match. It kind of dies to everything. Kind of anemic in some matchups against Spirits. It doesn't do a whole lot. But then it's very, very strong against decks that have things that come back out of the graveyard, like Unlucky Witness and Cauldron Familiar out of Red-Black Sacrifice, or Mono Green Devotion with Troll and the 5/6 that brings Cavalier of Thorns, right? So I think it's fine to still have it. It also fills the curve. It gives you that 2-drop that, you know, this is an aggro mid-range deck in a way. You sometimes just curve 2-drop, 3-drop, removal, and another 2-drop or something, or 3-drop plus a fatal push on turn 4, and you just pressure and you want to curve out. So I like the Shadow there. Interesting point of discussion is the removal on 2. I think 4 push, 4 Thoughtseize, 4 Harvester, that's all easy peasy. I think in this format I won't go for the throat right now. Sure, there's some things that go for the throat can't hit. But if you compare it to Heartless Act or Power Word Kill, those all have certain issues with them too. Power Word Kill is just the absolute worst when you're playing against Angels. Heartless Act is really not that great against humans with all their 1/1 counters flying around. So Go for the Throat hits those decks cleanly. It doesn't hit artifacts, doesn't hit like the vehicle creatures like Bankbuster, Chariot. But for those, hey, we have some sideboard artifact removal anyway, so I think Go for the Throat is the best. And I'm trying out one Edict. Could also just be a third Go for the Throat. But I wanted to try this card. It's good against blue-white control. It just kills Teferi for 2 mana. In Pioneer we have Dreadbore, but in this format we don't. So it's nice to have a removal that also kills Teferi. Yeah. And then one Kroxa, 2 Reckoner Bankbusters right now. Kroxa is a bit of a slow card. Same with Reckoner Bankbuster, to be fair. Kroxa is vulnerable, though, to Graveyard Hate, Graveyard Trespasser. So in a Mirror match, it's not as safe of a way to win the long game. While Reckoner Bankbuster in game 1, usually nobody has artifact removal. And this card just draws 3 cards. It's just, you know, if you played Standard, you know what this thing does. And the Red-Black mid-range matchup is really about incremental small advantages. And the Bankbuster just makes it like so hard to win on the 1-for-1 front. It just gives you 3 extra cards and a 4/4 and a 1. Like, it's just ridiculous. So this is really a mirror breaker. Of course, we're playing also the mirror breaker here. And then 1 Liliana in the main deck. It's really a hit or miss card, but it is very good against some decks. And then on the against blue-white control, some combo decks. Or when you're just on a play, you go removal into Liliana and minus, and they don't have a board, and you have a Planeswalker in play. That is pretty decent. So I think the card is fine, and just having a one-off Planeswalker is kind of good against especially blue-white control. Free Sheoldred. I mean, this card is an insane card. You could play 4 free. I think it's sort of the sweet spot. yeah, it just wins against so many decks outright. All these creature decks don't have removal or not much removal. They have maybe Shackled guys. Angels doesn't have removal. Or maybe a couple Skyclave apparitions. This is just your stabilizing force. It's also your aggressive threat that kills people quickly. It just does it all. The card is completely busted. And you can clear it away with Thoughtseize, take a removal or something. Yeah. 25 lands, 2 Mutavaults, Castle Locthwain, Hive, and then Den and the rest. The mana base got another improvement with Blackcleave Cliffs, another fantastic duel in Phyrexian All Will Be One. Allows us to play Mutavault, which is attacked by Shoda Yasuoka. And yeah, just helps us more in the aggressive plan. Makes us better against control with Planeswalkers. And just gives us more resources in the late game. Sideboard, yeah, looking at Duress for combo and control. Rending Volley and Noxious Grasp are our 2 M20. Oh no, it's actually not M20, but yeah, they're very similar, but they're not from the same cycle actually. This one is from Dragons of Tarkir. Anyhow, this card is very good in this format right now. Kills plenty of decks. Noxious Grasp is your similar to that. White creatures are very prevalent. And this one also gets rid of Azika's Chariot out of Greasefang, and then of course comes in against Mono Green Devotion too. So I like having a 1-1 split there. Could see 2 Rending Volleys as well. Probably don't like 2 Noxious Grasp, but 1-1 seems reasonable. Kolaghan's Command is fantastic in the mirror match, especially when artifacts become relevant post-board. Yeah, it just also does a lot against Greasefang, where you deal with all their stuff, and then you have Kolaghan's Command to deal with Chariot and Sky Sovereign, which are 2 problematic cards in that matchup, and also in a Braid for the Greasefang matchup. I think it's a pretty good package to go in the long games, but also have a cheap spell that deals with their stuff. Go Blanks. I don't have any unlicensors. I think Go Blank is just better. There's not many graveyard decks out there anyways. And Go Blank works as a flexible card. It comes in against combo decks. It comes in against creativity. It comes in the mirror match. It comes in against grindy, whatever it may be decks, Esper control, blue-white control. It's just a very flexible effect. And against Greasefang, it also comes in, of course. And against Greasefang unlicensors, they usually have plenty of answers for that card. They bring in like Night of Autumn. They have 4 Witherbloom command to destroy unlicensors, so I don't like that card anyways in that matchup much. And then there's no Phoenix in Explorer, so there's really not that many graveyard decks. So I think the Hearse is just like, yeah, don't play it. Just play Go Blank as your discard spell and also graveyard interaction. And we also have Graveyard Trespasser in the main deck already as graveyard interaction, so we're doing fine on that front. Another Lily, you know, for the mirror match for slower decks, wherever this comes in. Then we have 4 Sweepers on the board, 2 Extinction Event for Mono Green Devotion, but also against any aggro deck, it's going to be fine. And Ritual of Soot, really the slam dunk sweeper these days. Great against all the Collected Company decks, for obvious reasons. I mean, it says it on the card. If you compare it to Collected Company, yeah, Ritual of Soot is the answer. And then, of course, I don't know, like Groove Vehicles that doesn't even play a company, or Humans. There's so many creature decks that just fall to Ritual of Soot. And last but not least, the Sky Sovereign in here for the Groove Vehicle matchup, for the more mid-rangey matchups, pretty good in the mirror match too. Just another Haymaker threat. I don't think this is a lock. You don't have to play that card. If you don't have it, you don't have to craft it. You can play something different. But I think it's pretty good. You know, it just comes down, deals with something, and then there's a huge threat. If they don't answer it, it just wins the game. So, yeah. I like it more than Invoke Despair. Invoke Despair, it costs 5 black. I mean, that's doable, but it's just, I don't know. Drawing cards isn't as important as getting onto the board. And this gets onto the board by killing a creature, which Invoke Despair also does. But it also leaves you back with a 6/5 flyer, which is just a huge problem for your opponent potentially, especially if you consider that people are playing Go for the Throat and Fatal Push and Bonecrusher Giant, and you know, they only have so many artifact removal spells, so it's a pretty difficult to kill card. That is Red Black Midrange. This has been a long ass intro. I hope it was informative and I hope it helped you. Also, this deck I covered 2 months ago, so I'm covering it again now, but I think it's timely and it makes sense because the competitive group of the viewers I have on the channel is likely interested in what is my latest take on the deck, what I think about the deck, and how it's positioned. And I think it's really well positioned. But yeah, enough said. Let's have some gameplay as well. Yeah, we're on a draw. Looking at a good hand. Blackcleave Cliffs looks amazing. Untapped black-red duel here without any downside. On turn 1. Which is really important for decks that have 1-drops, of course. Thoughtseize is the go here. Playing the swamp. Oh, the mirror match, alright. Yeah, the harvest is the take here. Looking to Kroxa, my opponent, hopefully. Oh my god, are you kidding me? We just Thoughtseized you. You didn't have the best card in the matchup in your hand at that point. You just ripped it off the top. What a pro play. I mean, gosh. Oh, that's naughty. That is naughty. Alright. Yeah, my guy's gonna die to a push. Alright, that's discouraging, honestly, to start off the video this way. Whew! I could just play a 4-3 here. Because it doesn't get killed by the Bonecrusher. Just try to aggro my opponent. I have Kroxa. I guess I can also play the long game, can I not? Gosh, that was painful. But yeah, you're gonna... The Bankbuster in the main deck is already a commonly played tech. Not something new. So yeah, you're gonna face it. Could play a Braid in the main deck too. Maybe like 1 copy. Kolaghan's command in the main deck isn't unreasonable either. Yep. I'll get rid of 2 cards in the grave. Probably this and this. No. Alright, Castle Locthwain is pretty good in the mirror too. Play Harvester. Okay. I mean, just Thoughtseize turn 1, see nothing, play Bankbuster on turn 2. Ah, magic. Like Kroxa could really do heavy lifting. We'll see. No Trespasser. Please. Okay. Yeah, I'll just kill this. Get a Kroxa back. And just play this tapped, I guess, because I have Castle Locthwain in play. Could start cycling with the blood, but with Castle Locthwain in play, you actually want lands in play, I think, because the activation costs you 4, and you at some point you want to start playing your spells after you activate as well. So I think you just want to have lands in play instead of cycling with blood here. Although on the other hand, Kroxa wants cards in the graveyard, but I'm pretty far off from getting there. So I think I'll just play my lands at this point. 1 card and a Bankbuster, 1 Bonecrusher, 2 cards. They discarded a land. Yeah, that's pretty good. So I'm going to take 9 here. No, sorry, 5. Take 5. Go to 13. 1 card against the Bonecrusher. Okay. Yeah, maybe I just don't have time to activate this castle, huh? Doesn't look like I have time to activate this castle much. So I should have done things differently there. Yikes. Yeah, I guess I'll use you. Okay. One cheap removal would be nice. So I could play that and then get a Kroxa back immediately. They play a Hive. Oof. That means my Kroxa is gone next turn. I have 4 cards in my graveyard, so I need block here and then 1 more card. Then I'm good. Yeah, I got severely punished for not playing my land untapped and discarding the Blackcleave Cliffs. If I would have, I could have had the Mutavault up at this point in the game to chump block here and then get my 2 cards in the graveyard for Kroxa. Yep. Now I need 1 more card. I need a cheap removal here. That's not it. God damn it. Now I lose my Kroxa to the Hive. That is so unfortunate. Yeah, there you see that Kroxa is more vulnerable than Reckoner Bankbuster. And they attacked me for 11. This was it. That was really the turn. I think now I'm pretty much done here. Why did you tap my Mutavault? Arena? I thought they always keep Mutavault untapped. Always. But not this time. I guess I know why, because of the stupid Castle Locthwain. They just prioritize that. For what reason? They always keep Mutavault untapped. Like when you only have 1 mana up, they always keep the colorless Mutavault up. So now I have to chump block, go to 2. Okay, maybe I can find a Sheoldred. Close game, really close game. Kroxa almost beat Bankbuster, but looks like Bankbuster is gonna come out ahead here. To be fair, I misplayed, I think. I should have sequenced differently, probably. I don't know. I mean, maybe I don't know. It's tough to say. It's really tough to say. My play was fine if they don't apply that much pressure, but they did apply a lot of pressure, and I didn't have any answers. So, yeah. Yeah, at this point in the game, I think even a Sheoldred won't save me. I go to 1, so I need Sheoldred plus a Fatal Push or something. Thougeize. That ain't gonna cut it. Alright, I presume my opponent will go for lethal, so I won't even play this out. Okay, okay. Frustrating game, honestly. Like that Reckoner Bankbuster off the top. Turn 2. Okay, well. I don't like the shadow too much. I like all the removal. Thoughtseize is a question mark. I like the artifact removal. I like Lily. I like Go Blank. That's pretty much it. And then Harvester is pretty bad against Bonecrusher Giant, so you don't need to keep that one in. And then Thoughtseize could have some, because again, like Bankbuster, Fable are really good in the matchup. But honestly, like the games also tend to be top decky. Then they're not so good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it as it is. I think this seems good to me. Yeah, I think I like the 4 push. Yeah, just all the removal. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put myself on the draw. That is a strategy that I think, with the current configuration that I have here, is correct to do so in the mirror match. It is very resource... yeah, just resources are everything in this matchup. And having 1 more is important. So, and like you don't really fall behind either. Usually does not happen. You don't have to be worried about that. Do I even need this land? I could just play this. Make him think I have Fatal Push. I'm gonna discard this Blood Crypt anyways. I have 4 lands already that are good and that I want to keep. Interesting. Yeah, I'm just gonna play this. It's so much better against everything that's not a Braid. Beta Push, Bonecrusher. Trespasser, okay. I'll just play Fable here. All right. I'll discard both lands. Okay. Probably just play Harvester, attack for 4. I like that. Push the advantage. Sheoldred's Edict is also good against Trespasser. I'll happily trade. Are they just passing back, probably? Yeah, okay. Sheoldred, huh. I could minus on the Glutton. Play Sheoldred Crew, attack for 7. They likely activate Bankbuster. Will they? I mean, if they activate Bankbuster, we can just kill it. They could also blow up an artifact in response. That would be rough. Not exactly sure what to do here. Maybe I just use Go for the Throat. I think I just discard a Sheoldred. Maybe the Bonecrusher is better to discard. Alright, fine, I'll discard Bonecrusher. Draw a card. If I draw a Swamp, I'm gonna play Fatal Push. If I don't, I'll just Harvester minus. Interesting turn. Not exactly sure what I was meant to do there. Yeah, Kolaghan's command is very good here. Attack for 3, no push, okay. They showed it, pass. I'd ever go for the Throat, okay, not bad. Or a Power Word kill, sure. Huh. So I assume they have Bonecrusher Giant? if they do, we actually have a neat play of Fatal pushing our own creature, playing Lily, and blussing Lily. Nice. Because this way, they don't get to have their adventure creature, because it just fizzles and goes to the graveyard. So this went pretty well for us, for me, for us, whatever. Okay, Kroxa in the bin is terrible, but at least if they return it here, I can just make him sack it. So it's not that bad. It's a bit annoying though. Okay. Lily is looking really good. Oh wow. Trespasser off the top is a hell of a draw. You have to play a Sheoldred into a Lily. That can't feel very good for you, for my opponent. Activate the Mutavault, swing. And Trespasser at Kroxa. What a top deck. What a top deck. Okay. I'll try to activate my Mutavault.
Nobody knows Dominaria's shadows like me.
Maybe they have a removal for the Muta. No, they don't. Now I get to keep my Trespasser. Okay, another Lily. I guess I'll activate you. I swing face, I think that makes sense. Oh, okay. Discard Sheoldred. Guess now I'll just kill Lily. I guess I'll just pass here. I don't want to, you know, I'll keep my Lily on 2 as an Edict effect. They just give up. Oh, it's sweet. Good, 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 good. Yeah, I mean, any changes? Sheoldred is so... I think you could cut Sheoldred because it's a bit of a clunker. It kind of dies to everything. I think getting rid of one is certainly fine. It's also the card that's gonna win you some late game situations where you're just in a top deck war, everybody traded and you drew a Sheoldred and it's just like... It blocks everything, dominates the whole board state and drains them and attacks. But then on the other hand, it's just like a clunky card in your hand that dies to a 2-drop of theirs, or even a fatal push with a blood or treasure to sacrifice, trigger the revolt. So I don't know, it's a bit of a hit or miss. Yep, love it. Duress, wow. Bring in Duress. I'm cutting all Thoughtseize and they bring in Duress. Yeah, it looks really good when it takes a Bankbuster turn 1, not gonna lie. It look really good there. No Bonecrusher. Yes, I like that. Thoughtseize. Stop it. Free cards in hand. I think because I have all this removal in hand, I don't want to just play a Trespasser and trade. I want to just... I want to keep my creature around. And get rid of some removal in my hand. I mean, those 2 discard spells looked really good, not gonna lie. Took my 2... Wow, now you take my... Oh man, stop it. Yeah, I mean, the discard looks kind of decent, not gonna lie. Maybe I shouldn't cut all the Thoughtseize. I would be curious to know what you guys do in the comments. Okay. I'm not gonna use my Go for the Throat on that. Ooh, Shock? What is this? Sky Sovereign? No, it's a Bonecrusher. Pretty good too, pretty good. I guess I'll just trade. Alright, Bonecrusher. I'll take a hit. In case they draw Sheoldred. I don't know if that's necessarily correct, but I'm just gonna play it that way. Maybe it's not correct. I mean, like I'm at 18 though. It's a very high life total. Fable. This is a 2-turn. I think I just played a 2-turn clock here. Okay. Oof. Wow, this game is narrow margins here. Fable. Discard the den, okay. I won't block. Although the attack kind of indicates that they drew something. Yeah. Nice. Ah, shit. I should have probably psyched. Oh, God. I should have just psyched the blood in response. That was a punt. Braid. Tough. Oh, wow. Okay. Still got it. Still got it. Not sure if it was correct to keep the braid there. I did. Okay, wow. This game is close. They have a blood token to cycle. Yeah, I'll take it. I go to 4. Okay, they must have a removal, right? Instant speed removal for my Den of the Bugbear or something like that. Go blank. Yeah, I'll just activate here. Kill my den, go to 2. Ooh, this is close. I hope it's not a Bonecrusher Giant. Or a Kolaghan's Command. Oof. Pound's in the tank. I mean, it's got to be a pretty simple choice. Just kill the den. What is it? Is it a Kolaghan's Command or what? Must be. Looks like it is. Damn it, it is. Oh my god. Oh, that's so painful. That was a good rip. Sheoldred into Kolaghan's command. Yikes. Oof. Oh, brutal. Do I play my land? Don't see a reason why not to, honestly. What a close game. And now they're gonna play Trespasser and I have to block with the Kiki. So it's Trespasser against a 2/2 of mine. They at 4 and I'm at 2. Yeah, that's certainly not a good spot for me. Damn it. It's funny, if I would have just cast Go Blank, it would have been better for me. It's kind of wild. Wow. Whoa, 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 whoa. What is happening? What is actually happening? Now I'm winning again. This is crazy. Ah, come on. This is unreal. What is this game? Are you kidding me? My opponent clearly out-top decked me, huh? The Bankbuster on turn 2 in game 1 really made it clear. I mean, that was a stunning display of skill in the drawing ability of Magic the Gathering. Alright, what a game. You got me. GG. Whew. Yeah, this is not a keep. Okay, I guess we can work with this. Double Mutavault is a bit awkward. I think I'll just do this, honestly. Like, I'm on a draw, and the likelihood of me drawing a land is high, and the second Mutavault just doesn't look good. The Edict Forge, Giganta. I guess I know what this is. This is, heroic, right? So I want to play this tapped. Play the Thoughtseize later. Just Bonecrusher. Like, I'm next time likely gonna play Edict, and then I'm gonna play Bonecrusher Thoughtseize. Keeping up God's Willing, I assume. I'll take 1. So for Bonecrusher the Hoplite, it's just gonna protect it. Four cards in hand. Yeah, I just it's not that resolve. I'll just Edict and then Thoughtseize the protection and kill the other one. Fable. I mean, if they have exactly double protection, this is not a great play. If they just have 1 protection, this should work out. Magic. Okay. I would have rather played a Fable there, not gonna lie. But, well. What to do, what to do. Trespasser is a pretty decent blocker here. I like the idea of playing a Trespasser. Could theoretically just raise. Maybe not crazy. Huh. Alright. They have a Ganjo for my blocks anyways. Seems reasonable. You're gonna just play Giganta? Alright. Use that opportunity to kill that, and then... Get a Fable out, get a Bonecrusher out. If they attack me, I go to 9. I can sort of raise. I can like crew with this next turn attack. They kill this though with the like Ganjo. Okay, I'll just play a Fable. Okay. Take it. I thought I did put a stop here, but apparently I didn't. Interesting. Okay. 8 life. Ganjo at the ready. Oops. I mean, I think I wanted to take the Virtuoso there, not the Anger. Because of the extra life point. Don't want to tap out. Okay. Okay. I mean, I'll try it, I guess. I just have another one. All right. Close. 8 to 8. I don't even know who's ahead here. I mean, they could really go off, of course, with the Virtuoso. They draw 2 more cards here. Already deep in the tank on what to discard. Discard Sipjiwi Shelter, okay. Black. Bottom with the Scry. Multiple chump blockers. I can chump with the Mutavault. Jump with Bankbuster. Discard a Ganjo. Nah. What's your last card? Okay. Can give protection from colorless. Oh wow, they discarded Homestead Courage. That's actually pretty neat. 0 cards in hand. They drew that and discarded it. Wow, that's actually huge here. Giving Vigilance, pooh. But do I still have him? Block. They can attack here. No, they can attack. Of course they can attack. But they can just only attack with the Virtuoso. Yeah. If they attack with both, they're dead. That wouldn't work. Okay, they just killed themselves. Now we have Lethal on board. Attack of Trespasser, put him to 4. And 4 power from the Goblin, the Mutavault. I mean, this does the trick too. For extra measures. Okay. Swing. Yeah. The also heroic deck. What do we want here? Think the Shadow isn't so good. Bankbuster is a bit slow. Sheoldred probably not what we want necessarily. Noxious Grasp for sure. Rending Volley, a Braid. Let's see Ritual of Soot, honestly, right? Like Liliana for sure. Ritual of Soot, Duress. Could see those. Very spell heavy deck. Yeah, I think Duress is gonna be good. K command. Kroxa. Ritual of Soot. Maybe it's just overkill. I have so much removal already. Could play Kolaghan's command. This is more of a flexible card. Also make them discard a card. This could be neat. Funnily enough, a little bit of a threat is that Giganta. I don't have that many ways to kill that thing. So I have 5 ways. That should be fine, I suppose. Could also bring in Sky Sovereign. Not so sure about that. Could also just have Sheoldred in my deck. They play Reckless Rage as their removal. Sheoldred dodges that. I think I like the Trespasser because they have some graveyard shenanigans like Dreadhorde Arcanist, Ancestral Anger, that flashback spell, the white one, Homestead Courage, right? So I think the Trespasser is decent, and you know, can also just block and attack, get the game over with. Don't think this Boros heroic deck is particularly good though. I think it's one of the weaker decks in the format. The unfortunate part is also that it just gets splash damage from stuff like Rending Volley that is not even supposed to target it, or Noxious Grasp. Both those cards in my sideboard that are not for this matchup, it's just very good in this matchup too. That's not a great thing for the deck. Whoa, what is this? I haven't seen that land in a while. What do you start with? I guess Thoughtseize. Oh, okay. One of those hands. This is kind of funny. Yeah, I kind of want to have them, leave them with the Virtuoso, honestly. I'd love for them to play the Virtuoso here. Maybe they're not going to do it though. Ah, they're going to do it. Nice. Yeah. There's that. On the play, yeah, I mean, we have Fable. I think this hand's fine. Like, we did, sorry, we're on the draw, actually. Okay, okay. An elf, mono green. Mono green. Looks like it's mono green, yeah. Okay, no Kiora or something. That's good news. Think I want to use go for the throat in case they have something like a planeswalker. Not too sure though. Maybe I should just use the Edict because like planeswalkers I can attack with my creatures. Make a mana, sure. Attack me for 1. Love it. Ah, Fable, you beautiful magic card. Flooding, but you got a Fable. It's all gonna be okay. Opponent just very slow draw here. Oh, a shadow. Interesting. Interesting. Assume they have a Cavalier of Thorns here, or at least a Nissa. Elder Gargaroth, okay. It's an unusual card, but I'm happy to see it. Because it's the worst of the bunch, really. Bankbuster. Huh. Okay, so I want them to die very quickly here, so what are we doing? The Shadow can hit them for 6, 8, 10. I think I like that. Just doing as much shadow damage as possible. I guess I'll just do it for 9 and leave the treasure around. I'll just play this with the treasure, I guess. Can copy the shadow next turn to gain 2 very lethal threats. I guess I won't play the Bankbuster. No, I kind of like having the treasures. Okay. Concession. Bad Storm the Festival, just like 4 lands and an elf or something. Okie dokie. Mono green. Kroxa is fine. I think Bankbuster is a bit slow here on the draw, especially. Trespasser is not great. Lily is like okay. I love me a Noxious Grasp. I love me Extinction Event. Duress I like as well. And that's it, isn't it? Like, the artifact removal I'm not the biggest fan of. Against Khan, sure, they have some artifacts, but you want to deal with Khan in a different way. I think Go Blank might not be that bad. I think I like Go Blank. Maybe I like it more than Kroxa, honestly. Not sure about Edict. Maybe Kroxa is better than Edict. All the elves. It does cleanly kill Kiora, which is kind of nice. Maybe this is just good how it is. Don't hate Liliana either. It's sort of similar to Go Blank. Not sure. Could trim on Bonecrushers. For lilies. Yeah, let's try this. Sheoldred red-black control in a way. Just have a bunch of removal, discard. Go low on the creatures and then go from there. Yeah, I would keep it with a red source, but no red source makes me mulling in this hand. This is a pretty good hand. Yeah, I really want to keep everything. Gosh. I don't know which one's worse or better. I think Fable, probably they're just the best one there, but maybe the Go Blank is actually what we want here. Push the Elf, play Harvester, Go Blank seems naughty. Maybe I should keep the Go Blank. I could also do this and be a bit greedy here. I'm on the draw. Don't like that though. I'm gonna try it. Interesting one. I should have bought him the land, of course. Kiara, okay.
Right into battle.
That's big. That is very, very good here. Okay, not bad, not bad. Oof. That's an annoying card. Guess Go Blank it is. Would Fable have been better here? Maybe. Huh. Just a good old-fashioned race, I suppose. You hit me, I hit you. Tap land, okay. So they discarded Nissa Storm. I don't know what they have. Maybe a Cavalier or another Nissa. That was a good draw. Yeah, Mono Green Devotion isn't as popular anymore. I think for good reason. The deck is just, I don't know, it's not that great. Especially if you attack with it. Getting a Nyctos. Yeah, they can return a Cavalier, but that would make them likely DOB. Probably gonna discard a push here. I should have done that first, to be fair. Yeah. Duress. I guess I cast it. Okay. They can't go troll. No, they can't go troll into. No, it's not enough mana. It's one off. Yeah. Yeah, doesn't work. GG. Ooh, diamond. Look at that. Okie dokie. We're on the draw. We're playing as Karuga the Macro Sage. Yeah, I'll keep it. I'm gonna find that third land. Kroxa Macro Sage. That is likely some sort of... Yeah, it's a 5-color deck. Okay. It's a Leyline Binding deck, or it could have been the blue-red Fire stack. But yeah, it looks like the Leyline version. Just play a Harvester. Bonecrusher Giant at the ready. No, just a Binding. Okay. That's fine. Not the matchup that you want to run into with your average. With your average, yeah, red-black deck. But I don't think this is a particularly good deck. My opponent showcasing the strengths. Jesus Christ. Alright. Okay. Kroxa is gonna... I mean, honestly, this game is probably... This is just ridiculous. Yeah, the discard Bonecrusher. That's too funny. I can pack it up here. This is the absolute nuts. They can draw 4 cards here with Kroxa and a land. No land. Giving me the out for a Thoughtseize, actually. Alright, okay, that was step 1. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'll take the Kroxa. I mean, the Kenrith is problems. Oh shit, never mind. They have black mana, so no matter what I take there, they just get the Kroxa back. The Kenrith, that's, yeah, forget about it. What was that? Yikes. That was an absolute dismantling of me. Jesus. Noxious Grasp, Lily. Guess Duress. Go blank, perhaps. Go blank. Bonecrusher isn't that great, but it does kill the Fable tokens at least. Sky Sovereign. Go blank. Trespasser. Shadow. Shadow's pretty medium. So, Extinction Event. It's okay. Could try that, or I could just play Go Blank. I think... Not sure. I could also not play this Bankbuster. So a bit slow. I mean, you have to activate them, but on the other hand, this matchup is a little grindy. I think, and they can also just jam for like 4 damage. Being crude, so I think I'm gonna keep him. Go Blank have companions. Like Go Blank is worse against decks with companions because they'll always have something to use their mana on. I mean, I have 1-2. I'm just missing the 3rd land. This is very optimal start. Just need a land. Gonna be okay. Famous last words. Raidane is in your deck and Elite Spellbinder? What is happening? What do those cards do in your deck? Really, seriously. Raidane and Elite Spellbinder. Those both are bad against Rakdos. Normally, like, what? That doesn't make any sense to me. They want to play Raidane on the backside, maybe? I'm fine. Please, more of these cards. I would highly appreciate you playing more of those. Now you're gonna Raidane backside? Okay. Duress. I think at this point I Lily plus. Discarding this Duress.
Something suspicious is going on. You won't be outsmarting me.
Okay, if they have a sweeper, they got me. I'm very confused by their choice of creatures though. I think this card is fine in some matchups, but this one, nah. What a... I mean, seriously? They had the verdict? That is so ridiculous, come on. Oh man, this game. I mean, I have to play to the board. I have to play aggressively. I can't play around verdict there, I think. Magic, you wonderful game. I love you so much. What do I do here? Extinction Event. Oh man, this game. I'll just minus here. And then I hope they play like 2 cards that I can kill with the Extinction Event to get me some card advantage back. Alright, Lily gone.
I knew this was a waste of time.
I don't know. They just... Elite Spellbind is so bad in this matchup. It just frustrates me to lose against someone who doesn't play good cards and gets lucky. To be fair, this matchup is very bad for my deck, so I can't really expect to win or anything really, but that verdict, come on. Lockdown. Alright. I think I'll keep the Go for the Throat. This is a pretty good card against my opponent's deck. It kills everything. Oh, that's also a good card. Okay, maybe I have a chance. Thoughtseize. Sure, I guess. Sokenzan. Okay, I can attack then. Good to know. So, this cost me 1 more mana because of the like Mire. Oh my god! Could you have just, I don't know, drawn anything else than this perfect answer again? Yeah. Okay. Wild. Okay, that is a must block. I'm just dead, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm dead. Alright, you got me. God damn it. I mean, what was that? Okay, fine. We lose a terrible matchup against 5-color pile. I don't think too much of this deck, honestly. Like, it's a really good deck against Rakdos, right? That matchup is phenomenal. Anybody who's not doing unfair things, you have a good matchup. And then against the creature decks, depending what they do, I mean, if they're spirits, they have counter spells post boards, which is not good for you. But you have a decent like humans matchup if you have a bunch of verdicts and temporary lockdowns and stuff. But then again, you're also playing a 5-color deck in Explorer where the mana fixing is not that good. So that is the pretty hefty problem with this deck, right? You're playing a bunch of Triumphs, you're playing a bunch of Taplands, so there's the issue there. Nonetheless, it is a fun one. I think I covered it on my YouTube channel as well a long time ago. Yeah, well, Rakdos midrange, I think, is exceptionally good still, right? It's gonna have game against all the creature decks because it plays the most efficient removal in the format. But then it, of course, also has its other matchups. Like, it loses against these random decks, pretty much. But it wins against most of the top stuff, or has at least good game, 50%, 47% maybe, I don't know, against a good blue-white list, depending on what exactly they play. And then there's so much wiggle room with Rakdos as well, how you build your sideboard exactly, what cards you put in there, which really is going to drive certain matchup percentages even further in one or the other direction. So there's, yeah. And I think this list, pretty good in a metagame of Greasefang, of mirror matches, and of a bunch of like tribal creature decks, may it be humans, angels, or spirits. This is the way I would play Rakdos right now, and it's certainly a high contender for me to play this deck in the tournament. Yeah. Alright guys, that was Rakdos midrange updated for the Explorer Qualifier weekend. Hope you enjoyed this, got something out of it. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. If you have any opinions on what cards you want to see or play in Rakdos, also write that down. Maybe we can get a little discussion going. And yeah, as always, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.